And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with rock cod Rick Maxa. Happy July! July 1st here. Heck, hard to believe. It is summer in Southern California, and we have a great show lined up for you today. Divjak from Blue Guard Innovations and Ken Franke from the Sport Fishing Association of California are in the studio with Rick and myself. Going to be a great show. Stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
No matter what the season, Rapala lures should always be a part of your fishing arsenal. It's time to stock up on the trolling lure that's proven to catch more fish. X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Every X-Rap Mag runs perfect right out of the box. All have extreme action with a controlled, deep-diving, aggressive swimming motion. The large diving lip partners with premium VMC hooks and an irresistible rattle. Here's some big news. X-Rap Mags now get up to 40 feet deep with the new X-Mag 40. Spool up with Suffix line, which was designed and recommended for trolling X-Rap Mags, and you have a deadly combo. You should also check out Rapala Husky Magnum heavy-duty high-speed trolling lures built for battling large game fish. The Husky Mag lures, like all Rapala lures, are built tough and available at a great price. So bottom line, the X-Rap Magnum or the Rapala Husky Magnum are the ultimate trolling lures for Southern California and Baja saltwater fishing. Available in a variety of colors and sizes. No matter what you choose, the fish can't resist Rapala. Ask your local tackle dealer which is the hottest color and size, and start catching more fish. See the entire lineup at Rapala.com.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The main emphasis on the ranch, we're going to keep it old style. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to improve what we have. The kitchen is brand new kitchen this year with all new kitchen equipment, new stoves, ovens. We put a new freezer in. We've put in all brand new split air conditioners with thermostats to make sure every room is cold. We've also worked on the boat fleet with a couple large lures, a 31 and a 34. We've got the largest Super Ponga fleet on the East Cape, all with brand new Yamaha motors. Brand new beds. We've got all Serta beds, the best beds in Baja, I kid you not. We're working all the time at the ranch. We're not changing it, just making it a lot better. That's why we get the high TripAdvisor reviews. It's my responsibility. I got to take care of you. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero. RanchoLeonero.com. Our new reservation phone number is 800-646-2252, 646 Baja.
There's a lot of great tools out there to help you land the biggest catch. We've got state-of-the-art fish finders, the latest sonar technology, and a wide assortment of lures and jigs at our disposal. It's all tech to help you land the big one. Do you know who else loves the latest tech? Your San Diego County Ford dealers. Just look at F-150. It's loaded with tech. That's one of the many reasons F-150 is Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. Great payloads and towing capabilities make it the perfect piece of tackle. Available with an 8-inch touchscreen, fuel-saving EcoBoost engine, and all the latest safety and comfort features, F-150 is the truck that is smart enough for California. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealers have great offers on F-150 XLT and STX. Right now is your best chance to get the best deal on the best truck. That's California smart. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. What a fun show today's going to be.
Yes, indeed. New person to our Mighty 1090 studio, Divjak from Blue Guard Innovations. Good morning, Z.
What's up, Z?
Good morning, guys.
Great to have you in the studio. Okay, what is Blue Guard Innovations?
Well, Blue Guard Innovation is the company that has come up with a very unique bilge pump switch and a sensor. And we have a partner up here with the fishing industry and marine industry here in San Diego. Ken Franke came to me a couple of years ago and told me that they have a problem of the oil spills from the bilges in the docks, and so we went and worked on it, and it came up with a sensor that can detect the oil or fuel, and pair it up with the switch, and now we be able to control the pump, and we are able to detect the oil, so people don't get the fines when they use.
And the fines are stiff, right, Ken?
Yeah, it starts out at $10,000 is what the posted fine is from the Coast Guard.
Wow.
I think the more important thing is it's a self-reporting requirement, too. Now, of course, I'm sure they mitigate that, but when I went to Z in the beginning, we had, I had just finished law enforcement for 30 years, and we had a lot of spills around the harbor that could have been prevented. And then, of course, on the commercial side, it'd be nice to be able to detect oil and prevent a spill and save everybody those fines and those problems, contain it and clean it up. And he came back with the answer, and it's a pretty good one.
It's a very good one. You put it in my boat, and I'm going to tell you, it's amazing technology. It not only replaces an antiquated float switch in your bilge, but because you just make a straight float switch too, right? You make several products.
Yeah, we now, because of that technology, which is patent pending right now, we can make other switches, which, for example, will do the switching of the pump. Also, it will do the high water or combination of those two. And what's important is those switches will last. They should last you 10 plus a year, 20 years. And there is nothing that obstructs the switch to get stuck in any kind of position. Also, because it's a solid state, it can actually save the life on a bilge pump due to those spikes that come in when you actually turn this pump on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So explain that. What is the difference between the
solid state,
or the switch versus like a regular float switch in your bilge?
Well, the regular float switch is mechanical, and since they got away with the mercury, of course, and now they have just basically like a steel balls in there clucking around. Mm-hmm. So if that switch is now with the debris, and bilges are not the most popular places on a boat, right?
They're not the cleanest spot in the world.
Yeah, everything floats there, especially in the bigger vessels. Is that the piece of wood can get stuck, any kind of a dirt, it can stuck in a open or closed position, and either if it's stuck in open position, you will never, the bilge pump will never turn on. If it's in a closed, it'll keep on going on until it wears itself out.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with those switches. And that, if you step on it, you can break them. Our switch is so ruggedly designed that you can put the elephant on it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing, Pete, the engineers, when they were designing this, they actually came down to the docks and talked to the captains on our boats and said, if you had your pie in the sky, what would it be for high water alarms, bilge floats, etc.? And this thing looks like just a solid hockey puck. I mean, there's no moving parts or anything like that, but they made it really rugged, so that's why we're especially interested in it.
It's easy to install, Z?
It's easy to install. It can go in the current installations there are. They have 14-gauge wires that we put in. The switch will turn up to 20 amps and that's a derated value, up to 20 amps, and it's either 12 or 24. We did not use the grommet to connect those to the switch. How the wires are connected to the switch itself. We actually potted that with industrial potting, marine potting. So there is no leaks. It's IP68 rated, so it's a prolonged submersion in the water. And it's, as I said, it's a very tough marine build. And we follow the inputs of the people who know and use it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so tough.
Who would put one of these switches in? Any boat?
Any boat can put this switch in. It's like that doesn't matter the size of the boat that it is. I think that it's the power boats have a number of the bilges that need to be concerned about.
Sure.
We kind of recommend that in a case when you have more than one bilge that you put the oil detecting switch in either a fuel compartment or your engine compartment, mm-hmm. and then you put also a BG1 or BG switch SW in a main bilge.
Mm-hmm. And a high water alarm too.
High water alarm too, as well.
As well. So all of that is integrated into, and you can go even beyond that and put it into a panel.
Yes, or you can use, we do have accessory as a panel, but you can use the existing ones on the market. Okay. Like, for example, our alarm, high water alarm line will drive up to 1 amp. So it'll drive just about any horn and a light that's on a boat.
So just replace your current one.
Yeah, just replace your current one.
Yeah.
And use you can use the existing wiring at that point.
What I like about your panel, which is cool, and there are other panels too, is that it tells you when your bilge pump is cycling too. So like if you're not at your boat every minute, you come back and you see a number 1 or number 2, you know your bilge pump went off twice.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that's great. Panel, it records the time when you were gone.
As well as tells you whether you have oil in.
How huge is that? Too. Like you say, you're gone from the boat for the weekend, and you're assuming everything's fine, and then you find out that it kicked on a handful of times. Yeah. Now you know you got something to.
We got a problem somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that could be a big saver.
That's
for
awesome.
You. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So the biggest thing too is that saving you from, like Ken says, starting at $10,000 fines from dumping oil or fuel into the water here without even knowing it. It's happened to me. I was dumping fuel in my bilge and
allegedly
didn't know it. Yeah, I'm not
allegedly.
saying I died. Yeah. I was saying it's in the
hypothetical.
bilge. Yeah,
hypothetical.
It may have never entered the water. That's the other thing too.
More than likely didn't.
Yeah, more than likely it didn't. But I didn't know, and with this system, you would know.
Yeah, it's a really early warning system. It lets you know that something is happening, that you should tend to it before it gets out of the way, out of the hand.
Yeah, one thing that's important, like for the private boaters, not the commercial side, but the private boaters, it replaces. I'm not trying to sell his idea, but it sure does make sense when I'm looking at it. It replaces the old bilge floats with a device that, when it detects the oil, it turns off the pump. That is the biggest preventative thing. It'll still, when it detects salt water, from what I've seen, I've got it being tested on one of our commercial boats right now. It pumps all day long with salt water rolling through it. But as soon as there's any oil, shuts it right down until there's water again.
So there is actually Bluetooth connection to the device, which is kind of brings into the 21st or 22nd century here. So you can configure the app actually that switch in a different configuration. The one that Ken talked about, it's one of the modes which we call marina mode. The second mode is that you can put it in a sanctuary mode, which if you go to Catalina or wherever there is no discharge, it will just shut off the pump and do nothing except raise the alarm. And then a high seas mode is that you're going out and there is a weather or whatever, is that you want to have the bilge pump to pump no matter what, but it will at least give you alarm that you have something in a bilge, like oil, that you don't need.
Okay, let's say your boat is sitting at the dock, and you have your bilge pump on, and something breaks, and you have oil in your bilge, and you have salt water rising. What's to keep your boat from sinking?
Well, what keeps the boat from sinking is that as the water is pushing the oil up, right?
This oil is going to be on the surface.
It's a lighter, and it's going to float up. The switch will detect the water then, the salt water.
So once the oil is above.
When it's above, it will start pumping again.
Okay.
And then it'll shut itself off. So it's going to do that like a ping pong until somebody tends to it, of course, because the horn's going to go on. Mm-hmm. It's connected to the horn and the light. They will be on. Yeah. So that will prevent your boat from sinking.
Yeah. So even if you have oil in your bilge, it's not going to shut your system down. It's going to still pump salt water out.
No, it's designed to keep on working that way.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, right. That's all. What a great product.
Well, the sensor can tell the difference. Uh-huh. It can tell the difference between air, oil, and water. Yeah. And the differences are big in a.
Does it work for gasoline, diesel, oil, everything?
All the fluorocarbons that are liquid, they will work for. Fuels. Yeah, because it's the electric constant of the fuel. All this whole group of family of fuel is between 1.8 to 2.2.
Yeah.
Air is 1, and water is about 70 or so.
Yeah, for sure. So pretty innovative things.
That's awesome.
And Ken, I know with the Sport Fishing Association of California, you're encouraging all your boat owners to install this Blue Guard Innovation product?
Well, what we're doing is we just had a discussion. We passed out the information at our last board meeting, but yeah, we're taking a hard look at it. We've been testing it now for almost 7 months on one of our boats, and it just looks like a good solution. And more importantly, it's going to make it so that we can contain a situation and clean it up before there's a discharge and have to face all those Coast Guard problems.
Yeah, for sure. So. And as we move forward, Coast Guard Harbor Patrol and Coast Guard are going to get more aware of what's going in the water in our marinas, right?
Oh, absolutely. The Coast Guard actually was there when we installed the first test equipment on one of the SAC boats.
Do you see it becoming something that's going to be a requirement eventually for boats?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. At this point, they're especially, California is usually on the leading edge of water quality and such. Yeah. So, I would venture to guess it would be, just like the CO2 alarm in a house.
Yeah.
But anything that prevents a discharge of oil into the ocean is pretty important.
Yeah. I mean, every day you go into a marina and you see oil in the water from somebody that did that. So if we can avoid that, that certainly would be good for everything, for sure. So switching gears a little bit, what's going on at the Sport Fishing Association of California?
Oh, it's just nice and calm.
Yeah, sure. Never anything going on in Ken's office. Sitting back, feet on the desk, hanging out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Busiest guys in the business.
Yeah. I am happy to report things are going really well on the whole coast.
Great.
We've got a lot of good things that have been happening. I think everybody knows the conditions offshore are absolutely phenomenal. We've got, I know the spotter plane is out today. He's going way long to go look for albacore, hopefully. But we got lots of bluefin. The boats up north, all along the Channel Islands, they're all doing really well. And we got yellowtail pretty much everywhere along the coast, which is absolutely great. Bass fishing's great everywhere. And it's an exciting time right now. And then on the regulatory side, I think yesterday it was mentioned Louis Zim just got appointed to the council.
That's cool.
And folks, that's important. Having a fisherman on the council, those are the folks that make the recommendations to the federal government on the rules of the ocean.
Such
as how many tuna do you get to keep?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you allowed to fish? Are there, offshore closures and such like that?
Do they do rockfish also?
They manage the rockfish offshore as well. So that panel, they sit down as a group. We have the states of Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and California. They have fishermen from each state, NGOs, as well as government reps, and they make the recommendations to the federal government on the rules. So having a fisherman, and Louis Zim is of the highest caliber, having somebody like that representing us is a good thing.
Yeah,
no
doubt.
I was going to say, you mentioned rock cod. Well, I know Louis. I know Louis because working in the tackle store. That guy's a rock cod fiend. A private boat fisherman, and that's his thing to do. I mean, all of this is so nothing but good for us as fishermen. It's great news.
Yeah, having Louis there, and then Donna Kayla's just got appointed. She's a co-owner of Dana War Sport Fishing. She just got appointed to MAFAC, Marine Fishery Advisory Committee. That advises the entire national policy on sport fishing. So that's all good. We've got electronic logbooks on the boats now so that we can report our catch daily and very carefully monitor how many bluefin we catch, which is very important to the International Tuna Commission, and they're very happy with how we're very carefully monitoring what we catch. We even have 12 of the boat crews measuring the fish as they come aboard so that we can actually quantify in tons. This is what our daily impact is. So those are all things behind the scenes the public doesn't see, but it's keeping us all going.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
It's very, very key. So one thing I want to mention is that the appointment of Louis Zim and Donna Kales, who's comes from some pretty good heritage there, Don Hansen's daughter, and I'm sure Don encouraged her to continue his what he has done so much for anglers too. These things wouldn't happen without efforts put forth by Sport Fishing Association of California as well as the CCA California. I know the people at CCA California rallied hard for these appointments.
Yeah, everybody's been working together on these types of things. CCA's got Wayne and his whole team. They've been working hard on a number of agenda items. So have we. and where our paths cross, we work together very well. And another important one is the council just voted to approve 75 fathoms, which is going to be a big deal for everybody, and that's going to NOAA for final approval. So we've already checked in with NOAA to find out, okay, process-wise, what do we need to do next?
Yeah.
So
explain that. 75 fathoms from.
Yeah. So it's the Rockfish Conservation Area line. So from the shoreline out to 75 fathoms. Right now, it's out to 60 fathoms that they're allowed to fish. This will go out to 75 fathoms. Components of it, of course, are using descending devices to release protected species. Our electronic logbooks for the commercial passenger boats, and frankly, following the rules. Everybody making sure they don't fish by accident in marine protected areas, etc. It all plays into this stuff. So, everything that we're doing right now is going to increase access to everybody out in the ocean, and we'll throw in the what Z's doing here as well. Water quality, that's a very important thing for us as well. We're seeing things right now that we haven't seen in 50 years. Yeah. Bluefin tuna in the channel between, the coast and the islands here is pretty phenomenal.
Yes.
So
bluefin tuna everywhere, it seems, right?
Everywhere.
As you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. A lot to talk about.
Yeah, and some killer information, too, with both Z and Ken in here. So much to cover between boats and fishing and all the things that we love to do. We're going to have a great one, and we want to hear from you this morning. If you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup, there's two ways that you can reach us on the air this morning. First is with our local line, which is 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's the local number. Or reach us on that toll-free line. That one's 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only are we talking all kinds of great fishing today, we are also giving away such an awesome prize, and we want to thank Z and Blue Guard Innovation so much. One lucky caller is going to get to choose between a Blue Guard Innovation product, and we'll discuss all of them, the BG1, the BG SWA, or the BG HW. You're going to, Z and everybody will help you select what's best for your boat and your boat application. But an awesome opportunity for a great product for one lucky caller at the end of the show.
Indeed.
All right, and as you can hear, great show again. 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. When we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great information coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a dealer near you.
Fishing is a lifestyle for many of us, and what you wear on your feet is a big part of that. So I like to live aloha and wear Olokai premium footwear. Every pair is created with the Hawaiian culture and heritage in mind, plus unique details and features. Olokai sandals are the best I've ever worn because they're based on the feeling of your bare foot in wet sand for natural heel cup and arch support. Nothing could be more comfortable and good for your feet. Olokai makes footwear for any time of day or night. My favorite Olokai sandals are the Ohana, water resistant and great for the beach or the boat. Olokai is always coming out with great new styles too, like the Nohea Moku that features a no-tie bungee lace with patented drop-in heel that lets you slide right in. And the razor sip bottom delivers plenty of traction on the boat deck. Share your aloha with the Olokai crew by following them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Olokai and tagging your photos with hashtag AnywhereAloha. Olokai footwear is now available at Fisherman's Landing Tackle, Dana Landing, and other fine tackle stores or Olokai.com.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. Cedros Island is considered the yellowtail and calico bass fishing capital in the world, and nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. We are committed to providing first-class service to our guests as well as an unforgettable fishing experience. We have made a good thing even better. We now have a direct flight departing to the CBX in San Diego. Leave home in the morning and fish in the afternoon. We have a beautiful waterfront lodge with first-class accommodations and meals. What are you waiting for? Call me at 619-772-7570 or check out CedrosSportFishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
Hey, it's time for the 30-second Power Pro seminar. Here's the hot tip for those of us that like to fish with small reels for big fish. Fill your spools with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro. That means you're going to get more line on that small reel. Plus, you can fly line your bait more effectively. Here's another tip about Power Pro Max Quattro. Your casting distance will increase in addition to increasing your spool capacity. So downsize your tackle and use Power Pro Max Quattro. Check PowerPro.com for more information.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader.
The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
You want to get through, have a chance to win a BG1 or any of the products from Blue Guard Innovations. Thanks to Z for here. A line open at 877-792-1090 or 858-457-1090. Okay, so Z, which one would you select?
Yeah.
What? Okay, you have a boat. You want to put it in. What would be your choice?
Well, if I were to go with one, I would go with the BG1, of course, because it has that functionality that we actually started this whole venture for, and that is to detect the oil or fuel, and then also have a switch with it.
And it hooks up to your existing bilge pump.
It will hook up to the existing bilge pump. You can also put the alarm on your existing alarm, but we do offer the control panel that you can put
in addition.
In addition, as accessory.
Yeah, as an accessory. And the cool thing about the BG1 is it's a couple $100. It's not. It's solid state technology for a pretty reasonable price.
That's correct, and it's a durable switch, so you should last for a long time. Much longer than any float switch.
So likely the person that wins, that's the one that they probably want to put in their boat.
That's right.
Has there ever been anything like this before?
I don't see anything on the market like it at all. I think this is the world's first oil and fuel detector with integral bilge pump switch.
Yeah, when we went to him in the beginning, this is almost 2 years ago now, we said, here's our problem. We have both private boats and commercial boats. We need to have something that is rock solid. There's nothing worse than going down and looking at 3 feet of water in the engine room.
Yep.
We need something that was going to work, and he came up with it.
Yeah, and the fuel issue too. That's the other huge issue.
As soon as there's any kind of leak, now we know it immediately.
Yeah, we know that the tanks leak that can leak. We know that the hoses can burst or they get degraded and they start leaking or the fittings. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, I'll tell you what. We have a guy, Tad, who's one of our regular listeners on the line, who has a new app that he wants to talk about. Good morning, Tad.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning.
Good. So tell us about your app. Uh-oh. We lost him. We'll get him back.
Yeah. You got me fired up.
Just right there. Anyway, also another guy on the line, Mr. Mike Lum, the incredible Mike Lum, we should call him. Good morning, Mike.
Morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing great here, and what a fantastic event this past week for Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea, a.k.a. Rollo Kids. The captain's meeting on Tuesday was fantastic. The Tuna Wars trips were great. All good, right? Everything went fantastic.
Well, we had another fantastic year so far in fundraising, and a big part of that is this captain's reception and the Tuna Wars trip itself, and all of that. Just it's an amazing thing when you think about the fact that we got a couple of the nation's most popular commercial fishermen on television that are willing to take their time away from their schedule, fly all the way out here and spend a couple days with us to help raise money to take more kids on their first ocean fishing trip. And for 5 consecutive years now, these guys have done that and are already talking about next year's plan. So we're very fortunate to have the help of the Wicked Tuna captains, Paul Hebert and Dave Marciano. That was all spearheaded by, of course, Maui Jim. Mike Battistoni put that whole program together 5 years ago, and it just keeps rolling along. And with the help of all the sponsors and the donors and all the people who come out and participate, it's become one of the largest fundraising events of the year for the Captain Rollins program. This year alone, we're going to end up with right at 1,500 additional kids benefiting as a result of the efforts. And a big part of that was the captain's reception Tuesday over at the Valley High. That was huge, and it was fun, and everybody had a great time. And then, of course, we followed that up with the 2-day trip on the Tribute and the Tomahawk to find out which team could put together the 3 largest tuna. And once again, the total came in incredibly close to each other. We had one boat, I think, was at 146 pounds for a total weight, and the other one was I think it was like 135. But the bottom line is the Tomahawk, spearheaded by Team Hard Merchandise, came out ahead, and will be the champions, are the champions for the 2018 Tuna Wars 4. And I was at the boats when they came in. Everybody is very, very excited, and the amount of people that were saying, "Can I get signed up for next year?" was just very, very impressive.
Yeah,
awesome.
Indeed. And so there will be next year. We'll be doing this again next year, Mike?
Well, based on what I heard from Dave Marciano and Paul Hebert, and then, of course, Battistoni is already talking about it. And so the anglers coming off the boat, the teammates, a high percentage already wanted to get signed up. So I would say, yeah, we're looking good. We just have to pick some dates that work for everybody, and we'll start the planning on that. But, the bottom line to all this is tons of work, tons of effort, tons of donations, tons of everything. But the bottom line is, think about it. 1,500 additional kids are going to benefit from this program. 1,500.
Yeah.
That's a lot of extra kids from a program that's already doing about 100 charters a year.
Pretty awesome.
That's so rad.
It's really great. And I'll tell you what, a lot of help from a lot of people out there, including our listeners, too. I'll give you an example. Ed in Mira Mesa won a really nice inverter charger and batteries. He donated that to Rollo, and we raised, what, $600 off of that?
No, it was considerably more than that, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that type of stuff, Pete, the generosity that came out,
yeah.
I mean, people are always generous, and I'm always impressed with what they're willing to do to help this cause. But the other night with the young Marine and his son having lost their tackle, and watch these guys just, haul out their wallets to make sure that that young man had a new collection of tackle before he left that night was just amazing.
That was cool.
And the fact that, we put 120,000 kids on the water since this organization was formed back in 1999. I don't think anybody could have believed that we would be on track to do that. And at the clip we're going, this will be one of our biggest years. I mean, I don't think anybody in the world charters 100 fishing boats a year other than our organization. It's all for one purpose, and that's to put kids on the water.
Yeah, indeed. And, of course, Tuna Wars, it'll be, 5 next year?
Tuna Wars 5 next year.
Okay.
Yes, the very first year we did this, it wasn't Tuna Wars. It was just Paul Hebert coming out representing the Wicked Pissa, right? And Mike Battistoni had the idea of just getting Paul to come out and fish with a group of guys that would like to rub elbows with him and have fun for some fishing. And that worked so well that Paul was actually the one that said, let's expand this and let's add some boats. And last year we went up to 3 boats. We actually found that a little difficult to manage, but if demand is such, we can always add a 3rd boat. But 2 seems to be a very manageable and good number, and it seems to maximize our ability with our limited people resources to keep tabs on things.
Yeah, and we want to thank Mike Pritchard from the Tribute as well as Eric from the Tomahawk for doing a great deal for us on the boat so that we could take more kids fishing. And the bottom line is it's fun. It's bragging rights for the Tomahawk for the full year. But the bottom line is it's the kids that benefit. And so, and it is about tuna and catching tuna. And they caught some tuna, right?
Well, how about a 3-fish weight that's almost a 50-pound average. Good for those guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, the quality of the tuna, as everybody knows, is excellent, and we catch other fish on these trips. We've caught some really, really nice yellowtail over the years, and there was a wonderful fish caught this year. Dennis Yamamoto caught 107, just under 108-pound opa, which was just a beautiful fish, and obviously a trophy that most people will never have an opportunity to land. along with that, it is tuna wars, and that's the way the thing is set up. We set it up actually to have a very simple and easy concept of the three largest fish. We wanted to keep the focus on the fact this is a fundraiser for the kids. There's no money involved for the winners. There's none of that stuff. So the kids win no matter what fish are caught or weighed in, and as long as everybody that's on the boats are having a good time, and the sponsors and the donors continue to see the benefit of keeping this rolling, we will keep it rolling as long as the Wicked Tuna guys are good enough to help us.
Fantastic.
Nice job.
Great job, and a lot of kids are going to be happy because of your efforts and a lot of people's efforts. Mike Lum, looking forward to seeing you soon, and now your next job. Got to get back to work on Fred Hall, right?
Actually, I leave next Sunday for the ICAST show. I'm part of the team that puts together the new product showcase there for them, and that's in Orlando. And then in between all of this, every day we've been unusually busy with Fred Hall show stuff this year. Demand for signups is earlier and stronger than normal, and I think that bodes well for the quality of the fishing and the attitude of the fishermen. And we're looking forward to some really, really great Fred Hall shows next year.
Always something for Mike Lum.
Good job, Mike.
I'll see you in Orlando next week, Mike. Thanks a lot for the call and your efforts, too.
See you, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
All
right, appreciate the call. All right, Tad, we have Tad back. Tad, go ahead on about your app.
Yeah, hi, guys. Good morning and happy 5th, July 1st. Just want to talk about the Turnbird Tackle Box app. It really helps out with people that want to keep track of what they got in their tackle box, so you know what you have, what you don't have, how old your line is. Cool. I see people that put the sticker on the side of their reel sometimes, and that way they know what weight line they have on their reel. And I came up with this idea for this app. Well, why not just have it on your phone? So there's all kinds of good things on this app. The app, Turnbird Tackle Box app, is basically a virtual tackle box of what you have in your tackle box. And it makes it so easy so that you know that you're ready when you get out there. I got a story about a guy last week that went out fishing, and he was going out of Dana Landing, and he had 3 guys with him, and he got to the bait dock, and he said, "Hey, guys, we're going to have to turn around and go home today because my batteries are dead." And he saw his voltage regulator was way down. So he, went home that day, and when they got back to the parking lot, my buddy said, "Hey, there's an app for this so you don't have to have this happen. It's the Turnbird Tackle Box app, and what it does is you go on there and you select a category, let's say a boat checklist, and you go on the boat checklist and you put everything down on there, and you're going to have everything ready before you leave. That way you get out there, you're fishing, your line's not old, and you can keep track of the different things that you've caught on different lures. So that way, let's say you get, 10 big yellowtail on a nice Shimano, lure or something like that, and you can keep track of all the different stuff you kept on there and that you caught on that lure.
Very
cool. Interesting.
Sounds really cool, Tad. So how much is this app?
This app is free, just like, the 1090 app that you get to listen to on your phone right now.
Yeah, and the Let's Talk Hookup app, indeed. So how does one get the Turnbird app, Tad?
Well, just go, just like any other app on your phone, and download it, go to the Google Play Store or, on your iPhone or Android, and get the app. I mean, it's free. It's going to help you out with all your equipment and make sure that you're on top of your stuff. It really makes it so that when you go out fishing, you're ready.
Yeah. No, I like it. I thought I checked it out, downloaded it. It's a cool app. Turnbird app. Check it out. Tad, thanks for calling this morning. Appreciate that very much.
All right. Hey, we're going to jump right into the phones. This time, we're going to start it off with Don. He's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Hi, Don. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Don.
Hey, Rick. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning.
Don, good morning.
Hey, just give you a little update. I was up in Morro Bay when my daughter graduated from school up there, did a little bit of fishing up there, had some decent bottom fishing. Came back down here, hit the backside of Catalina, caught a couple of decent-sized yellowfin.
Yellowtail, probably. Yeah, it sounds like there's some good fishing to be had out there right now.
Indeed. So, it's summer. It's July 1st.
We'll take it.
Get out and go fishing. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
How about Rich and Bradley up next on Let's Talk Hookup? What's up, Rich? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Rich.
I've got an older bass boat, and I'm wondering if this new bilge pump switch would be something I might want in there.
Good question.
On a bass boat.
On a bass boat.
On a bass boat. So this is the outboard engine, right?
Right.
Yeah. So do you have like a fuel compartment someplace?
Yeah. There's like a deck with an upper pedestal seat, and below that there's like 3 batteries, and there's your oil tank because it's oil injected engine.
Right. So
and then it has like 2 bilge pumps. Both of those are on manual switches now.
Oh, you have no float switch?
In the past, a lot of bass boats came with float switches, so they would have like one on manual and one on a float switch. The only problem with those is, like you were saying earlier, that sometimes they stick.
Right. So any of our switches would work. BG1 would work. My recommendation would be to put oil switch in that, oil sensor detector in your compartment where the fuel is, and oil, and then put the regular switch on the inside. Yeah. I don't know if the bass boat's a little bit more wet than the rest of the boat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and also discharge into a lake is probably a pretty big fine too, right, Ken?
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you. Having being able to monitor it and have it shut off before discharging any fuel would be a good thing.
And every boat needs whether it's a bass boat or a luxury yacht. Every boat needs a float switch. And this is one that's not going to fail. It's not going to be. I
think that's the big thing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the profile lends itself really well for bass boat because it's a very low profile.
Yes.
Switch.
Easy to mount.
Easy to mount, and you can mount in any kind of configuration.
I think that the fuel and oil thing is obviously it's a huge safety benefit, and it's a cost benefit, and a environmental benefit, and all those things. But the reality is, you nailed it. What you just said, Pete. You got to have a float switch because it's got to turn on when the water's in there, and those have a problem. They can and do fail, and this is something that's going to replace that. Its safety is the way bigger benefit, and all the other stuff is just a great bonus that comes along with it.
No doubt about it. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sport Fishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone. But you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807.
Hey, this is Jeff from Cedros Kayak Fishing. Year 1 was a huge success for us down at the island, and we are already having very good fishing for our trips in 2018. Our fleet of Hobie kayaks are fully dialed in. Our beautiful secluded compound has all the creature comforts that will make you feel right at home. My warm, friendly staff will take care of all your needs while you are with us, and I will personally guide you at all my favorite spots around this majestic island. Pack light as we are washing clothes every day, and our fully stocked tackle shop has everything you need to ensure a great time at the island. Our biggest upgrade this year was to our menu. With the addition of our beautiful Traeger grill, we are enjoying some fabulous lunch and dinner meals, as well as smoking lots of fish for you to bring home and enjoy weeks after your trip returns. Come join me for your next trip to Cedros Island for fishing or just exploring. Visit our website at www.cedroskayakfishing.com or just give me a call at 760-412-2507. I'll make sure you have all the info you need for a successful trip to Cedros Island.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
There's nothing more peaceful than fishing. Just me, my pole, and some bait. Oh, and my life jacket, of course. I like fish, but I don't want to end up at the bottom of the water with them. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Cast Tours is a family-owned and operated travel company that specializes in taking you to great fishing destinations. They take pride in providing the best and most affordable vacation packages available. For over 20 years, Cast Tours has been creating unique sport fishing and vacation trips. Whether it's a fishing trip, a family vacation, or an adventure, they will provide you the service and value you deserve. Call Cast Tours at 800-593-6510 or check casttours.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. As promised, it's time to find out what's biting. It is time for the Catch Report, which today is sponsored by Anza Knives, handcrafting knives in San Diego County for over 30 years. Anza knives are made from high-carbon steel, which holds a great edge and is easy to sharpen, and they offer a variety of fillet knives as well as hunting, general purpose, and one-of-a-kind collector knives. Once you try an Anza knife, you'll be hooked. Check AnzaKnives.com. That's A-N-Z-A Knives.com, and we're going to start it off up at Dana War Sport Fishing. Talk to our man, Captain Brian Woolley's on the line. What's up, Woolley?
Morning, Woolley.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good stuff in there this morning. How are you?
Doing great. Good morning.
Good, good. Man, hey, this week, we saw some improvements in some important areas, which is, pretty important for this time of the year. For starters, our water has been trying real hard to clean up. We've had some lingering dirty water on the beach, but we had some good current. We had a little bit uphill one day or a couple days and it's downhill another day. And so we've seen our water start to clean up. Our sea temps are right in that 70-degree mark, kind of hovered there all week. So with that, as you can imagine, this local bass fishing remained really fun. Some good half-day sand bass fishing the last few days. We're finally starting to see some of the sand bass. So Dana Pride, he had a couple half-day trips on Friday. He did really well for his anglers, 100-plus fish on those trips. Yesterday, that same fish bit for a couple of our other boats, too. And these fish have kind of ranged in size from, your average legal size 14-inch fish on up to some of those pudgy 6-7 pounders. So some good biting fish, the sliding egg sinkers and a live anchovy or a sardine, I'd say probably fish the best. But, it's sand bass fishing. The rubber lures have provided plenty of action for our guys as well. So definitely a welcome sign with that fish. It's kind of the summer kickoff kind of stuff here on the beach when that stuff starts to bite. And the kelp bass fishing, again, remained really good all week as well. The fly line baits, for sure, no doubt the best. And just about any kelp line in our area has potential. If you can find that little bit of current either direction, uphill or downhill or whatever, you'll have some good action on that stuff. Even our twilight boat's getting in some of the action. I know the Clemente was out last night. I think he had 170 sand bass for his guys last night. So stuff happened.
Good fishing.
So,
nice to see the sand bass is back.
Yeah, I know, right? This stuff's been like MIA or it's been, here or there and not kind of down, up and down the beach. But, there's some good signal below us and up the coast from us as well. So,
fantastic.
The Fury, he's been over at Clemente. He had some good fishing yesterday, too, more yellowtail in his counts to go along with the calico bass and other stuff. So, he's got open party overnight trip over the weekend, I think, but he's got some Catalina trips available midweek as well. So, if you guys want to hop on a trip with us, give us a call here. The phone number at the landing is 949-496-5794. Of course, you can check us out on the web at danawharf.com. We do have some fireworks cruises, too. If you guys are looking for something to do on the 4th of July, we got some of our boats going out to watch the fireworks here off of Bards and Dana Point. So if you guys want to hop on one of those, call the office as well. And also, finally, let me give you our discount code. Same one as last week, DW25. That'll save you 25% off one of our half or three-quarter day local trips.
What a great deal.
Yeah.
DW25 at checkout on the Dana Wharf sport fishing website. You can link that right through the front page of the Let's Talk Hookup website. Just click on their banner. DW25, 25% off, half and three-quarter day trip saves you a lot of money.
That'll save you a few bucks. And like you said, Pete, it's super easy. Just book online, click which trip you want. You click an adult fare, and then it'll give you a little bar where you enter the discount code, and it just takes money off right there.
Phew.
Awesome.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
All right, DW25. Thanks very much, Captain Brian Woolley. Keep up that great fishing at Dana Moore Sport Fishing. We'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks. Have a good 4th. We'll see you later.
All right.
Thanks, Willie. All right, now let's head on down to Cedros Island. We're going to talk to the man, Jeff Flowers, online from Cedros Sport Fishing. What's up, Jeff?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing great. Good morning. How's the fishing going on at Cedros?
Man, I'll tell you what, the last couple trips we've had down there, they're guys who want to go out there and attack that calico bass, and they have done a fantastic job of it.
That's so cool. My favorite type of fishing down there. Don't get me wrong, I'm a yellowtail fanatic, but good calico bass fishing is my favorite thing to do.
Especially the quality you get
so
down there, right?
Yeah, there's been some good reports coming back. Guys are catching some, 5 to 7 pounders. A couple of days we had some guys that came back with 100 fish counts on the catch and release.
Rad.
And from what I'm hearing and pictures I'm seeing, I'm sure maybe you've seen them online, that the kelp on that west corner of the island is it's packing up again.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really cool. I saw on the Cedros Sport Fishing Instagram, a picture of just very luscious kelp, and with all the just like here at home, with all the hot water and high surf over the last few years, the kelp takes its toll, and it's nice to see that kelp is back and flourishing in a big way.
Yeah, I learned a new term from one of the customers, and it's called dipping. You guys familiar with that?
Nope.
Just like potholing, dipping your bait in between the little potholes of the kelp?
Yep, and they're catching yellows at the same time, so they're the success rate on the yellows in those little dipping holes or potting isn't as high, but the calico bass are crazy.
Yeah, that's cool,
indeed.
Jeff.
Well, Jeff, if somebody wants to come down to Cedros Sport Fishing, you have any spots available this year?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, Rosie just handed me a little Post-it note, said we've got open on a 4-day, October 5th through the 8th, which is a Monday through Friday. So that gives you guys can't get away from work, a chance to do it and maybe take a half a day off and get down there and enjoy some great fishing.
Yeah, indeed. So that's and then, of course, not too early to book for next year either. I know our June trip is already almost 3/4 full for next
for
June.
2019?
Yeah. So how do we get a hold of you? We want to book a trip to Cedros Sport Fishing.
Well, you can catch Rosie on her cell phone. That number is 619-772-7570, or you can go on the website at cedrosportfishing.com, take a look at the schedule, and you can actually see there's a couple other spots that are open, and maybe slide in on one of those as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Jeff.
that. We'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right.
Happy 4th, guys.
Hey, you too, buddy. Now let's head on to the surf. We're going to the beach with our surf guru, Gundy Gunderson's got our surf fishing report. What's up, Gundy?
How's it going, guys?
Doing
great.
buddy.
I
Good
know
morning.
Bryce Miller from the San Diego Union Tribune, our good buddy there, wrote an article about grunion hunting yesterday.
Ooh.
And who did he consult but the one and only grunion expert, Gundy Gunderson, right? The surf guru.
It was a little bit of a hiccup, though, because Bryce went on Thursday, and, we had a little water rollover, and they struggled to find the grunion there. But overall, the grunion runs have been strong. Bryce is a good guy.
Very good guy. Yeah, and excellent writer, and he's really making an effort to talk about sport fishing here in Southern California in the San Diego Union Tribune. So nice to see that.
Yeah, he's on our side, that's for sure.
For sure. And I've fished with him many times. He's a good fisherman.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to set up the Silk Corbina trip, and I'm trying to get him in on it. So, because boy, Pete, what a week! We had a 7-pound 2-ounce Corbina, and then we had 3 over 5 checked in there in Oceanside. Let me just get at this. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Like I said, we got a big swell that came in and then we had a little water rollover. But we're seeing, and I've been harping on this, but a cooler thing going on and lots of bait around, and it's been really good for the inside guys. Another very good week of fishing. The highliner, like I said, was a Corbina fishing. 4 Corbina over 4 pounds checked in this week. Croaker, halibut, white sea bass, cabezon, even a thresher shark in the catch this week. Starting off Santa Barbara, halibut bite was good. Good catches were reported off Santa Claus Lane, Stearns, Goleta Beach, Grunion Run, helped things there. Grunion, anchovy pattern, flash minnows, and swim baits. Those ribbed hammers were also working well. Fish to 12 pounds up there. Wiley's reported several nice beach catches. An 8-foot thresher shark caught and released near the Malibu Pier. Fish was taken on a slab of mackerel. The guy was actually fishing for leopard sharks, and the leopard bite's been quite good up there. And he hung this big old thresher shark. That must have been quite a thrill. A 21-inch cabezon was taken off Leo Carrillo on squid. Nice cabezon. Haven't seen those in numbers lately. And then an 8-pound sheephead taken off the old chart house there on the squid. Just Fishing reported several 4 to 8-pound striped bass taken along El Segundo beaches. The Corbina bite was also excellent up there with a couple of fish in the 4-pound class taken on sand crabs. Manhattan Beach was the good stretch. Big Fish and Seal Beach reported excellent Corbina fishing, and that's where they caught that 7-pound, 2-ounce fish. Pete, the guy was a tourist from Seattle. They gave him a quick lesson in how to fish a sand crab. He came back 2 hours later with that 7-pound fish asking, is this something special?
Yeah.
Of course,
yeah, it is.
I'd say so. That's a pretty cool story.
That's right.
Most of the fish have been 1 to 3. Also some halibut there, cherry to sunset. And then in Oceanside, Pacific Coast, like I said, checked in 3 over 5. They had a 7-pound, 7-ounce spot fin taken on a mussel, and that was and then an 11-pound striped bass taken off South Carlsbad, and then a legal white sea bass taken in the lagoon on a live anchovy.
Gee.
So you want to talk about a potpourri of catches?
Good
man.
fishing all over the place. Surf, offshore, inshore. Time to go fishing, Gundy. Appreciate
That's right,
that report. We'll talk to you next Sunday.
Yeah, we'll keep preaching the gospel here.
There
Right?
you go, attaboy.
Well
All right,
done,
thanks, Gundy. Appreciate that.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up our catch for today. Hey, join Bill Varney and CCA for an upcoming on-the-beach surf fishing clinics July 20th and 21st at South Carlsbad State Beach, July 27, 28 at Carpinteria State Beach. You're going to learn more surf fishing techniques right on the beach from the experts, all instruction and baits provided, with the proceeds benefiting CCA California. To sign up, go to surffishtackle.com. Click on seminar. Classes definitely fill quickly on these. They're very, very popular, so I would sign up like literally today if you think you're going to go. They're really cool. Again, surffishtackle.com.
Indeed. Hey, you want to have a chance to win your choice of any of the Blue Guard innovations, the BG1, that's probably what I would select, but the BGSWA or the BGHW, that's the high water alarm. 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. Lines open right now. Take advantage of it while you can.
All right, let's jump right back into the phones. Talk to Mike. He's calling us from Rosemead this morning. What's up, Mike? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is for Ken. You see all these abandoned boats in all the harbors along the coast, and looks like they've been sitting there for years. You know, the canvases are all shredded and the birds have taken over. Does the Harbor Patrol or Coast Guard monitor these boats? Because once they sink, there goes the water quality around that harbor.
Yeah, they do. It's an ongoing challenge. Department of Boating and Waterways actually has a fund, and the different municipalities, once it's been abandoned, they do remove them and destroy them. So, yeah, they do watch them, but you are right. If they sink, quite a mess is created. So hopefully it can be reconciled before that happens. But it does happen.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming here. It's been a busy morning on the phones, but a great opportunity for you to get through right now. We have an open phone line, 858-457-1090, and one on the toll-free line. That one's 877-792-1090. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
So tell me why. This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The main emphasis on the ranch, we're going to keep it old style. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to improve what we have. The kitchen is brand new kitchen this year with all new kitchen equipment, new stoves, ovens. We put a new freezer in. We've put in all brand new split air conditioners with thermostats to make sure every room is cold. We've also worked on the boat fleet with a couple large lures, a 31 and a 34. We've got the largest Super Ponga fleet on the East Cape, all with brand new Yamaha motors. Brand new beds. We've got all Serta beds, the best beds in Baja, I kid you not. We're working all the time at the ranch. We're not changing it, just making it a lot better. That's why we get the high TripAdvisor reviews. It's my responsibility. I got to take care of you. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero. RanchoLeonero.com. Our new reservation phone number is 800-646-2252, 646-BAJA.
When it comes to catching big bluefin tuna in local waters, Shimano has the gear proven to land the big ones. You already know the hot jig is the Shimano Butterfly Flat Fall Jig, and when you match that with the right tackle system, it makes this great jig even more effective. We suggest you grab a Tranx 500 HG and fill it with 80-pound Power Pro Max Quattro. Max Quattro is 25% thinner, which means 25% more line capacity when you hook that giant. Match your new setup with a Therese 70H and you have the power to put the wood to that big bluefin tuna. The Tranx 500 HG has the cranking power you need. And with the level wind, you concentrate on fishing your Shimano flatball and leave the line control to the Tranx reel. Hundreds of big fish have been caught on the flatball. And when you add the Power Pro Max Quattro Tranx Therese combo, you'll take your fishing to the next level. See your local dealer or check Shimano.com for all the details.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
This is Captain Mark Rayer for Genren Sport Fishing. Located on the Sea of Cortez, we will show you a fishing experience that will exceed your expectations. Genren boats are outfitted with all accurate reels from the smallest Valiant 300 to the beefy ATDs. Simrad electronics, Fraser gyro binoculars, and crews with a passion to fish is just part of what makes us number one. Also, Cabo Yachts Vaquera has a Seakeeper for your comfort. For 2 live webcams and up-to-date fish report, accommodation packages, check out TeamGenren.com. We pick up at Rancho Leonero and all East Cape locations. So let's go fishing.
Fisherman's Landing is the top choice in local and long-range fishing. Hi, this is Doug Kern. Our hardworking crew is always looking for ways to improve your fishing experience. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. We are proud to say Fisherman's Landing is now a full-service sport fishing operation, offering half-day trips on the Dolphin, and now, for the first time in the long history of Fisherman's Landing, we have 3/4-day open party trips on the Liberty. We built the Liberty specifically to offer a better experience. Run by veteran captain Taro Takeuchi, the 85-foot Liberty is the first open party 3/4-day boat to offer bunks for your comfort. She also has huge bait capacity and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Plus, Liberty has a big galley and 2 interior heads with showers. Our open party trips from half-day, 3/4-day, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
There's a lot of great tools out there to help you land the biggest catch. We've got state-of-the-art fish finders, the latest sonar technology, and a wide assortment of lures and jigs at our disposal. It's all tech to help you land the big one. Do you know who else loves the latest tech? Your San Diego County Ford dealers. Just look at F-150. It's loaded with tech. That's one of the many reasons F-150 is Motor Trend's 2018 Truck of the Year. Great payloads and towing capabilities make it the perfect piece of tackle. Available with an 8-inch touchscreen, fuel-saving EcoBoost engine, and all the latest safety and comfort features, F-150 is the truck that is smart enough for California. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealers have great offers on F-150 XLT and STX. Right now is your best chance to get the best deal on the best truck. That's California Smart. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.